You know, I'm actually feeling these pictures, man. They're alright.
Let's have a look.
Yeah, they're alright, aren't they?
They're not bad, man.
I actually like this one here. I think, I mean, that's great connection, that is.
That's actually not bad, chocolatey. I hate to say it, but we look together.
Yeah, we do, innit?
We look really good together.
You guys alright? Yeah. What's going on? See you right, cool, man. Listen to them, man. Respect it.
Yeah, man, cool.
Yeah, I think this shot here is really...
Another. Is that Sean Scotty?
Yeah. But comedians have got feelings too, you know. Yeah. Whoa. Trees singing through the birds, singing songs that you've never heard. Melting in the sun, and the smiling's never done. Whoa, freedom reigns and washes away all my pain. And it doesn't seem like reality, but it's here right in front of me. I love days like this, yeah. I love days like this. It's here, here comes the sun. Whoa. I love the sun. Whoa. There's nothing you can say or do can change the way I feel about you. Thinking of you as time flies, watching the beautiful people go by. And I'm sitting in the breeze, knowing everything's alright with me. And I'm smiling from the inside, cause we got not a high, baby. I love these ideas. I love these like this. It's here. Here comes the sun. I love the sun. Knowing everything's alright with me. And I'm smiling from the inside, cause we got none of how, baby. I love these ideas, yeah. I love these like this. It's here, here comes the sun. But baby, the video of me, yeah. I love the sun. I said I'm loving in the sun, yeah. Big shout out to Sean Scotty and the rest of the band, man. More for them guys later on, man. Classic big tunes. But unfortunately, we're going to start off the show with some sad news, with the parties of the greatest reggae DJ to come out of Jamaica, the King, Daddy U-Boy. If it wasn't for people like Daddy U-Boy, you wouldn't get the likes of a Shabba Rankin, a Lieutenant Stitchie, a Buju Banton. He came at a time when reggae music was understandable. He would deliver his lyrics in such a way that he would guarantee to put a high-pitched sound effect just to make sure you were listening. What? Chalice in a Palace, massive tune, big tune. I can actually imagine U-Boy and the Queen having a conversation. Queen Majesty, I really want to have a chat with you. Chat about what? As we know, reggae music has changed throughout the decades, so big respects to Daddy U-Boy. So from one legend to the next, happy birthday to this guy, Laverne Burton, otherwise known as Georgie LaForge from that classic show, Star Trek and the Next Generation. For most people, will know him for this character. That's right, Kunta Kinte, from that popular sitcom, Roots. For those who haven't seen Roots, it's about a man who's taken from his land, sold to a foreign land, made to work, blood, sweat and tears, and all he wants to do is get back to the promised land. Kind of like the Windrush scandal in reverse. Speaking of Windrush scandal, Home Secretary Priti Patel has gone on national radio and basically said that she is not willing to take the knee on the behalf of the Black Lives Matter movement because she referred to them as dreadful. So you mean to tell me, not for one moment, and at 8 minutes and 46 seconds, you didn't think that you wanted change? No one is forcing her to take the knee, but this is the same woman who runs the office who's responsible for the Windrush scandal. Of course she don't understand. She gets to walk down the street with police protection. We don't. Even footballer Wilfred Zaha is not going to take the knee. He said he's going to stand. At least he's doing something about it. Big congratulations to Harry and Meghan on the announcement of their second child, soon to come. I actually like Harry and Meghan. I mean, I don't know what the press is all on about, but that's going to be an interesting christening, especially the invitation list. I bet you they're glad that Andrew can't travel to America no more. So the royal family have announced that the couple will not be returning to royal duties anymore. And I don't know about you, but if I was getting that negative press, I wouldn't return to royal duties anyway. Anyway, back to matters at home. Everybody's looking forward in a weird kind of way to Boris Johnson's announcement this coming Monday on the relaxation on the lockdown. Me personally, I mean, I'm not looking forward to it. I mean, I'm not, and I'm actually referring to the lockdown. I'm actually referring to his hairstyle.
Something to do with my hair, but I can tell you I do brush it. I have a brush in my office.
That's when you know the country's in trouble, depending on what kind of hair he is. Because if he turns up on Monday and his hair looks like he's been on a bender for the weekend, all I'm saying, that furlough, that extra £20, save it. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I told my brethren at least a year ago that we're not going to come out of this lockdown until his child, his youngest child, is 1 year old. As far as Boris is concerned, if he's under lockdown, we're all under lockdown. Now, has anybody seen that referee who refereed the game between Ipswich and Swansea when he squared up to the player? Proper gangster. I mean, I'm saying to myself, what does VAR actually stand for? Very angry ref. And finally, who remembers last week the Triple G girl who stuck her hair down with the glue? Well, she's got competition. Look at this woman right here. She didn't just stick one stick up her nose, but two. I'm thinking to myself, what kind of extreme makeover episode was that? And back to the Triple G girl, yeah, she got her funds frozen for the GoFundMe page, but now it's been released, which is all good. So she can now get money from the £23,000 and donate it to a charity of her choice. Basically, a family trust fund. That's your roundup for the week, people. Yeah. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Extra Time Fridays, the Friday night to make your lockdown Fridays that bit more easier. You right, Janelle, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm happy to be back for another week, Quince.
Do you know what? It's a pleasure. Obviously, I started off my little roundup with the sad news of you. Who's your favourite reggae artist to come out of Jamaica?
I have to say, obviously, Bob is the king of reggae, but it's got to be Dennis Brown for me. A bit of DB, you know?
Yeah, you've got to love a Dennis Brown. I like a bit of Gregory, you know what I mean? But yeah, Dennis Brown, Gregory Isaacs, I hear that. So look, last week we had a competition.
We did.
For the names of the band, didn't it? So we got any names?
We've had a few, actually. So, guys, thank you so much for sending your comments in. We had a lot of comments, actually, and a lot of suggestions. We'll just go through a few of them. So the first one is Hot Stompers by Marcina.
I've got a love band. The Love Bands came from Ryan, who's clearly a 70s Ron Jeremy fan.
The next one's a bit of a mouthful. It's Cool Jazzy OGs, or the Extra Jazzy OGs from Donna MJ.
All right, and I've got here Smooth Collective by Phil K. The Twins.
And you know what? The Extra Timers by Scarlett Douglas, who was our guest last week, right? Yeah, that was a good. And the winner is.
I will say this with great pleasure. Well done, Scarlett, to you for, you know, when we first heard it, I wasn't really feeling it, but it sunk in on the way home.
Right.
And the Extra Timers is very, very good.
Actually had a few people also suggest the Extra Timers, but Scarlett, you were first, so listen, a bottle of wine is on its way to you, girl.
We ain't got a budget, so it's Vimto for the time being, yeah? So you allow that. Look, have you got any in the birthdays? Your birthday?
No, not my birthday today.
Not your birthday, but...
Not my birthday, but there are some more birthdays this week. First of all, we're going to give a massive birthday shout out to Auntie Angela, and that comes from the production team, girls. I'm going to large up my sister-in-law, Auntie Pat. Ooh. Yeah, belated birthday, and Maya as well. And no doubt the band, the Extra Timers now, Scott has got more children whose birthday is... but he's got someone close to his birthday, isn't it? Yeah, who's that? Whose birthday is it? It's Marcina's. Marcina's. Oh, Marcina, it's your birthday. Sorry you didn't win the competition, but happy birthday, Marcina. All right. Go on. You can't play BS. Anyway, so look, let's move on. And without any further ado, let's introduce our first guest, yeah? Yeah. Our first guest is a wonderful talent, a person I've known for many, many years. Without any further ado, let's welcome Mr. Sean Escoffrey. I was laughing already, man. Look, Sean, I really appreciate you coming and taking your time out in this lockdown. You weren't singing anyway, so you know. None of us are working, you know what I mean? I rang up, what are you doing on a Friday? He goes, what do you check my diary? Nigga, you ain't got no. You opened up with Days Like This, man. It's a classic track. It's everybody's favourite. Thank you. But the question I want to ask you, is that one of your most requested tracks when you sing live?
First of all, thank you for having me. It's an absolute pleasure. Yeah, thank you very much on the red table. Yeah, you know, it is, you know, it's one of those things where if I go and gig, you know, and if I don't play that tune, either at the end or at the beginning, they're going to run me off the stage. Do they flip bottles? Oh, they would do. I've never got that close though, trust me. Oh, mate, but yeah, it's definitely the most requested. So actually, you got into the business by chance, didn't you? Way back when you were at Barking College, and you had quite a famous friend that you used to hang around with called Mr. Idris Elba. Yeah. Tell us about that. Yeah, you know, I was doing building construction. So the thing is, I've always sung. Do you know what I mean? Since I can remember, I've always sung. And, you know, so I went to college, I was doing building construction, I wanted to be an architect. And I remember, you know, sitting down in the canteen. And I remember Idris and Raz and all the, you know, the boys we grew up with. And I remember I can't remember what song I was singing, I can't remember. And Idris looked at me and went, what course you on? Like that. I said, building construction. He went, nah, mate, nah. You know what I mean? He goes, you've got to try and pursue the music. And the thing is, what gave me confidence is that all my mates were doing it. You were doing it, Idris was doing it, Raz was doing it. Oh, hold on. You were singing? So it wasn't I know what key was in. I was singing, it was a C. Yeah, I was singing off key. I was singing off key. So I actually, I spoke to our mutual friend Idris the other day, right? Yeah. And he wanted to, he's busy, so he wanted to, told me to ask you a question. What was the Luther song, the first bars you used to sing in college? What was it? And what was that all about? Love has truly. Yeah, it was that one. All the time. Is that the song where you said you got to pursue? Yeah. To finish the rest of the lyrics. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But yeah, so it was one of the all the time. It just gosh, sing that for me. No, that's cool. But yeah, so you know, and it was from that point on. I think it was the next year. I went into the performing arts course that everyone was doing,
And then I think it was the end of the second year, there was a show in the West End, Mum Will Want to Sing with Shaka Khan. And I think it was my mum that prompted me. She goes, you know, listen, Shaka Khan's in that show, you know, one of your idols, you know, you'd like to meet her and all that. And I was like, Mum, I don't do theatre. Do you know what I mean? Theatre wasn't even on my radar, not even slightly. But I thought, you know, for the experience, I'd have a go and see what happens. And I just, you know, did the audition and the rest is history, man.
Yeah, you know, it's really good that you actually mentioned, so this is why I like working with Sean and yourself, you know what I mean? The segue you just done there, mentioning your mum, because your mum used to be a singer.
That's right,
yeah. And your dad was a DJ,
That's right.
sound system.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically music's been in your family from this high,
Yeah.
this high, not this high, because that's really small.
That's
But, so would you say your career, this is basically, this is your destiny?
Yeah, you know, funny enough, you know, when people ask me, you know, how I got into the business and, you know, music, and I think music chose me, you know, so it's like, you know, growing up, I always sung, you know what I mean, so singing was just a part of my DNA, and you know, so I kind of just envisioned me singing, when I was younger, singing in front of people, thousands of people, millions of people, and, you know, whatever. I never thought it was reality, but it was a thing that I always used to think of and dream of, you know. And so it was just something that was part of me. I used to sing just to comfort myself, you know what I mean? And then after a while, when I started to listen to singers like Donny Hathaway and Stevie Wonder, and I started to kind of catch their tones, especially Donny, and I started to go, oh, wait a minute, do you know what I mean? And start to mimic their tones a little bit, and, you know, I started to become a bit of a connoisseur before I even knew that's what I actually wanted to do. You know what I mean? But it actually chose me.
You got a question?
Yeah, so, you know, that's really interesting because obviously it's in your blood and you actually envisaged it, and how here you are today. I mean, with that classic track that, I must say, I'm a bit gassed that you're here, Sean. I'm not going to lie.
We found out early
It's
on.
20 years ago that you had your first major release, and that was Space Rider.
That's right.
Let's have a look.
I just wanna be alone, away from everything I know, across the world. Just you and me, baby, everything
Yeah, that was a remix.
Yeah.
Space Rider.
That's right.
Actually, that was Perfect Love Affair.
Perfect
right?
Love Affair.
Right,
That's right, yeah.
That's right. That's
And that was off the Red Room. Yeah.
Yeah, that was,
Do you know
love
what?
that one.
Let me ask you this. Obviously, you're singing.
Yeah.
Obviously, it has been in the studio and done a couple of tracks. Would you ever think about doing a duet with Idris?
You know, we've done some tunes, you know? We've done some tunes. I mean, I spoke to him a couple of weeks ago, and he sent me this track that he's been working on. And he said, Sean, you know, do you want to jump on this and do whatever and work together? I was like, yeah. You know, so that's kind of what we're doing now. But I've done a few things with him. I did a kind of EP with him, oh gosh, maybe about 10, 15 years ago now. Yeah, about 16 years ago. And then we featured on his Mandela album as well.
That's right,
Yeah, so we wrote a track together on that.
Really?
Yeah,
Hold on, where can I find this footage?
Yeah, this is on from his the Mandela film, so it's a soundtrack of the film.
Right, okay.
I tell you what, it got, you know, just like most of us, just strings to a bow.
Many talents.
Oh, Idris.
Listen, I heard that you sang the national anthem at the Lennox versus Tyson fight way back in 2002. What was that like?
Oh, mate, I'll tell you. Now, I'll tell you the story. I've got a few stories, actually. So I remember I was on the train, and I think I was going to a session, and my manager called me up and he said, Sean, brace yourself. I was like, okay, go and talk to me. So I'm a big trainer, and he goes to me, you know, Lennox Lewis wants you to sing at the national anthem for him and Tyson. I was like, he said, Sean, are you there? I was like, I bust a little tear, and I was like, I was like, yes, I'm here. I was listening, because again, that was a dream, do you know what I mean? But I always kind of envisaged that, you know, be one of those things where all my brethren in East London would see me, yeah, Sean's opening up, whatever it was in Wembley or with them big fights. I love boxing, I love martial arts, I love any kind of combat sport. So for me, that was like one of the highlights. You know, it was massive.
God, that must have been fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, the fight was fantastic itself.
was,
I remember that. But you performing there, being there live, that must have been amazing.
Massive.
Now, you mentioned that you're a fight fan.
Yes.
And you actually do a bit of martial arts yourself.
Yes, I do.
You are a Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Quite a bit of an expert, actually, aren't you?
Yeah, I've been doing it for a long time. So I got my black belt, I think it was 2017, under Eddie Cohn, if you can see him there. He's my professor and one of my best mates. And yeah, so it was, so I've been studying that for a while. I studied Thai boxing, kickboxing, karate, wrestling, and boxing as well. So it's all those kind of things. I was always in love with martial arts. Bruce Lee was an idol of mine from when I was a kid. So, you know, it was just something that I just wanted to get good at, competent at. And especially growing up where we grew up, you know what I mean? You had to kind of be able to look after yourself to a certain degree.
Should I be afraid? Like, where is
No,
this?
no, you're amongst gentlemen.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not fighting in this hat.
The thing is, like singing and martial arts, they're quite different worlds. I mean, for you, is there any connection between the two?
Oh, most definitely. I mean, you know, the thing is, you know, people often ask me that question because with martial arts, you kind of have to have a mental fortitude. You know, it's, you know, all the competitions that I've had, you know, your mind has to kind of go somewhere. You know, it's like, for example, when I'm teaching, you know, the first thing I teach my students is mindset. You know, so the mindset has to be right. The mindset has to be kind of, I don't know, steely. So, for example, if someone's in front of you, you kind of got the fight or flight syndrome. You kind of have to, you know, if you've got nowhere else to go, I always say, listen, run if you can. If you can't, you have to look at that person and say, well, you know, you've picked the wrong person today to mess with. It has to be that. Exactly. So the mental fortitude has to be there. And it's the same thing when you go on stage. There's times when I've performed with some huge people, you know, O2 Arena, the whole, you know, massive things like, you know, Lennox Lewis. It's been massive. And, you know, I'm not going to say that I haven't been afraid. I've been terrified. You know, but then that kind of mental attitude has to kind of kick in. You kind of go, right, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. Let's do this. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, so you approach it in exactly the same way.
And, you know, talking about approaching things in exactly the same way, you are actually a man of many talents, just like Quincy himself right here.
Be the money.
In fact, in fact, you're also an actor, right?
Yes.
And you actually received an Olivia Award nomination for your performance in the stage show Parade. So first of all, well done for that, 'cause that's a big deal.
Thank you.
Not a BAFTA, but it's a start.
But what do you prefer? Do you prefer singing or do you prefer the martial arts side of things?
Oh, definitely. You know, there's times when, you know, definitely the martial arts, other times it's the singing, but, you know, I get different things from both things, you know what I mean? And I'm not just the one thing, do you know what I mean? Because, you know, a lot of people like to kind of say, oh, yeah, I'm a singer, I'm a this, I'm a lot more than that, you know? And I think if people are honest a lot, you know, they are more than that. So, you know, so I just kind of mix the whole thing and it's all just part of who I am.
I love that.
Yeah, no, there's a beautiful thing. It's like the martial arts and the singing, and I brought you here because obviously everyone knows you for your classics. Yeah. I beg your pardon, but your new album, Strong Enough.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very proud of the work.
Oh, extremely proud.
Yeah, I mean, what's the album about?
You know, the album's about, it's just going a bit deeper, you know. I'm a grown man, do you know what I mean? So, you know, with this album, I didn't want to kind of sing about just foolishness or just things that were just a bit light, you know? So, you know, I want to talk about, you know, the love of, you know, me and my wife, you know, the depth of that, but kind of get deep with it, a bit more vulnerable, you know what I mean? And let kind of people understand that kind of level, spirituality, you know what I mean? I think people walk through life, you know, and they do have a spiritual kind of connection, whatever they want to call it. But, you know, I know God, you know what I mean? And there's times when, you know, I've had, you know, been, Lord, I need help here, do you know what I mean? And so that's a connection between him, you know, that as well. Friendships. Our friendships that I have, you know, you, Id, some of my friends, it's a bonding that it's going to be for life. So I just want to kind of encompass all of that into this album. And that's just different aspects of a grown man's love for people, his wife, his friends, etc.
Do you know, can I just say this?
Yeah,
Are you one of those singers, like when they release a new album, and you always say, it's my best work?
You know what?
Nah, player. That was 2 albums ago. 85.
You know what? I have to say that I'm guilty of that, man. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, it's my best work to date. My best work, so the best work to date. But the thing is, you kind of have to believe that. Do you know what I mean? Or you can't sell it.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, I've got to go out and sell an album, you know?
Yeah.
And if I don't have the conviction of saying, listen, this is deeper than what I've ever done before.
Do you know
but
what?
yeah.
We got a few comments. Crazy D actually says it's so lovely to see you, Sean, and I have to agree.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Crazy D.
Any more for Sean? What about me?
No, sorry. Not yet. There's still time.
So look, sure you're going to be sticking around, yeah?
Of course, yeah, man.
Throughout the show. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got another segment now. This is a segment of the show which I really, really look forward to. It's called Culture Corner, where we ask young and up-and-coming artists to relay their poetry. So I'd like to give it up and the talents of Clementine Elba, ladies and gentlemen.
Melanin, all shades from dark chocolate to light skin, just makes me want to submerge in the strength, the might, the sight of our history, the years and years of such intense mystery. Hidden away from knowledge of self correlates the black population's mental health. How are we meant to connect with who we are when generations have been lost thus far? We need to get back to our roots, read literature not taught in schools, be inquisitive, use research tools, take an essential trip to the motherland so we can relish, soak up the rays of the sun, and bask in the truth of our ancestors and their sons. We've got Kwame Nkrumah and Nelson Mandela, but to name a few inspirational fellas. I want to learn about the African artifacts in the British Museum, while standing on the ground of their origin. I want to speak my mother tongue and include random English words just for fun. We can choose to unlearn the lies so far to fully unveil the people we truly are. I choose to love the skin that I'm in, this black, beautiful melanin. It shines with poise and grace, it glows with pride and royal features outlining the face. It attracts energy and strength from the sun, unleashing its greatness and intellect like the African drum. Igniting the fire in the soul, taking back our possessions of our ancestors and regaining full control. In love with my skin, this black, beautiful melanin. These are the times we can do more. Let's unite and claim what we're destined for.
Lovely.
Ooh, give it up for Clementine Elba, everybody. Now remember, if you want to appear on Culture Corner, drop us a message, let us know why, and you might get a lucky chance to appear.
All right, that was very, very, very good. Did you enjoy that, John?
Yes, I did very much. Very deep.
Right, so we are now ready for our second guest of the show. Another personal friend of mine, and I've got nothing but love for this young lady. So please welcome Miss Ninia Benjamin. You all right, Nin? Look at you looking all colourful and bright. Loving the backdrop.
Please don't make me laugh. Wait, I didn't expect my face to be so big in the screen, man. Hi, Quince. Hi, Sean. Hi, Janelle, sorry.
Hi, Nina.
Hi,
you look
hi.
beautiful, by the way, don't worry.
Absolutely lovely.
No, well done. Look, I wanna ask you. You're very funny, yeah. Got nothing but love for you. You know what I mean? And you, I've watched you grow, yeah, as a comedian and an actress as well. Not grow that way, you know. And I'll be on lockdown. But you are one of the members of, more known for the Three Non-Blondes, yeah. Yes. So just let's take a clip of you in the Three Non-Blondes, yeah.
Oh my days.
Oh boy. You want to take it? It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Well,
It's okay, it's live.
No. Do you know what it is? What
You know what? In the meantime, while we do that, there is a comment for you now, Quincy.
What's the comment?
Yeah. It says, "Good to see you too, Quincy.
Oh,
Don't feel left
nice.
out." And that's from Claude. Thank you, Claude.
We did have a clip lined up. Obviously, the show's been cancelled, so that's why it didn't come up.
But you know what, Nino? You were once described as a bombastic Benjamin, and apparently that's because of your entrance. So it's a shame we can't see your performance, a full performance from you tonight. But would you say that you were you started out as a class joker? Is that how it started?
No, I was not a class joker at all. I was cheeky, but I weren't the class joker. There was a load of people who were much funnier than me, but I was just one of them cheeky ones who didn't want to learn but made people happy and tried to make people not learn with me. So that was my sin. I can't say that I'm the class joker, but yeah, that's how I was in school.
Where did the comment come from, Ninia?
Good. I think it's from being the youngest of 5 children and just living in my own little fantasy world with my little self, because I'm much younger than my brothers and sisters. So I know.
So this is the thing, yeah. Like I said, sometimes, like we jump ahead, like I normally do. So you are, again, you've heard this question before, but don't pretend you haven't heard it. Yeah, you are a member of the 3 Non-Blondes. Yeah, and it just recently came back on Netflix.
Yeah. Here we go. Oh my God, you got that picture!
Go on, girl.
How did that come about, Ninia, the 3 Non-Blondes?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I started stand-up. I wasn't meant to start stand-up, but I started stand-up. And I got a chance to host a show, and the producer was in the show, and I didn't have no material. I still don't have no material. And I managed to get these high-powered professional TV producers to count to 10. Because we're all going to count to 10. Come on, because I'm very persuasive. And I made these big-time people who put television programs on, made them count to 10. And Gary loved that and had this project that he wanted to see more black women being funny and not prostitutes on telly. Yeah. And Bob's Your Uncle, I was one of them.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, boom. And very well done to you, because we love 3 Non-Blondes, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
But listen, that's not been your only TV appearance. You have actually appeared in MasterChef as well, right?
Twice.
Twice? Oh, twice.
Ooh.
Is that
yeah.
the producer? No.
I didn't see that corned beef and rice episode.
All right, on that note, what did you actually cook then?
Okay, on the first one, I went fancy. I said, let me look in the cookbooks and make something that I never made before, right? Because it looked fancy and it meant to have a little bit of jus on it and 2 little peas on the plate, and they would love that. It was rubbish. It was so awful. It was disgusting. It came over like I can't cook. So that was the first one, but they loved me so much they invited me back, and I said, this time I don't care what they say, I'm going to cook what I would eat. And at the time I was eating chicken, so I seasoned up some chicken wings and I was washing them, and they goes, why are you washing the chicken? I said, you have to wash the chicken with lemon. Yeah. So I did chicken wings. Oh, I am black and I did chicken wings and...
You're BAME, sweetheart, you're BAME. You're BAME.
What, BAME?
BAME.
When will I be famous? Anyway. And I too have duetted with Idris in my dreams. I was naked. So, sorry.
Do you know what? That kind of show. That's
all right, listen. You have also appeared on another TV show, and that is Wipeout, right? Yeah. And at 11 minutes and 11 seconds, you were the slowest person ever on the course. Am I right on that?
No. That was my aim. My aim was to be the slowest person ever to do a wipeout, because I'm not fit. I ain't going on these people them show to kill up myself and jump off things. However, who don't want to go to Argentina? Yeah. So I was the slowest celebrity ever, but the slowest person was 18 minutes, and I was trying. I was pretending I couldn't get out of the water, because them fit Argentinian diver men have to pick you up out of the water and push you back on the things. I was like, oh no, I can't move.
So what about Hole in the Wall? That was another show that you did. Tell us quickly about that as well.
Gosh. Let me tell you, I wasn't going to do Hole in the Wall, right? But my friend Jason said to me, do Hole in the Wall, because you had to wear a all-in-one tight catsuit, and I was even bigger than I am now.
Ninia, yeah? let's see a clip. Let's see a clip of you.
Oh, please do.
Yeah.
No.
That's so painful, that. squash. That's Stacey's geezer, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
You like Sean? You like a bit of combat. Can you see yourself from Wipeout? Strictly one of those
Man,
guys?
I'd go for it.
Yeah, which one would you do?
I'd do the wipeout, I reckon.
You do the Wipeout?
Yeah, I couldn't do the
And
darts, I can't do
that's cheating because you're competitive anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'll do that, but I don't know about Strictly Come Down.
Strictly, yeah?
Yeah, nah, mate.
What about dancing on ice?
No, that's even worse. I can't dance, but to try and dance on ice, that's it.
You must have seen Richard Blackwood. You thought, you know what, I ain't doing that.
Yeah, nah, I'm not doing it.
Richard can skate. I'm just putting it out there. Richard can skate.
Oh, can you? Right, listen, back to you, Nina. So, you mentioned earlier about black women on TV, and we've been hearing a lot of stories about that this week. I'm sure that's something you can relate to, because you had your own show once, right?
I did.
Yes, you did, yeah. That's on IG Live.
Sorry. Oh gosh, I just made myself dizzy by laughing so hard. Sorry. No, I didn't. I don't want to lie. I don't remember if I had. I've done so much TV. What did I do on TV? I'm looking at you right in your eyes.
I'm listening in my ear.
Do you know what it is here? What it is here? Janelle meant to say CCTV, yeah, because you're from Tottenham.
Closer.
Look, we cannot let you go without talking cats, because I'm a bit of a cat mum myself. So you've got cats. What are their names and how many have you got, Nina?
I have 2 cats. One is called Princess. That's Big Boy. That's Big Boy. That is the X-stray that I had his nuts chopped off. Oh, can you say nuts? Anyway, I had his nuts chopped off, right? And
is that the cat dog? That's the cat dog, isn't it? That's the cat dog one.
That's the one you call the cat dog. That's Big Boy, and I've got another one called Princess.
Okay, well, actually, that's my cat on screen. That's Cinnamon. Love her to bits.
Oh!
She's the only one I got. And, yeah, she's adorable. She actually talks to me. Would you believe that?
Anyway.
Yes,
I swear down. She does talk to me. I can't understand what she's saying, but...
This is why black people should have pets, you know. And they name their pets after food or just a basic name. Big Boy, right? And Princess was given to her. Yeah. So, Cinnamon. I'm gonna get a cat called it Jerk.
So, Sean, have you got a cat?
No, I'm a dog person. I love dogs.
I want a dog.
Yeah. I used to have a Staffordshire Bull Terrier called Spike.
Oh, really?
What happened?
I had to put him down. He lived to about 14 years. And I still can't talk about it, because I'll tell you, he was my boy, man.
Would you get another?
Nah.
Oh,
I wouldn't get another dog. Nah.
So look, enough about the animals, yeah, because this is a Friday night entertainment show. Ninia, I just got to say to you, right, thank you for coming down here. This lady has helped me with my elocution lessons, speaking properly to a point that when we done our play, and I really appreciated you, because that's how I got my last job, by speaking properly without telling them, give me the job or you're done out of here. Yeah, so no, I really thank you for taking your time out, and give a round of applause for Miss Ninia Benjamin, please, ladies.
Yes.
Woo! Love you, Lynn. Love you, Lynn. Ninia, she's a nutter.
Love her.
Have you got any messages? Or something?
Actually, Claude said, Ninia's a nutter.
She's funny, man.
She's funny. Mad,
Defo a cat person, somebody else said, cats are sweet until they smack and scratch. Well, all cats have different personalities. The producer's got a cat, actually, Gigi. Gigi,
Yeah,
I think I said
he found out he didn't want the cat, but he found out he's got the cat. And the cat's around him more than he's actually, the people who actually got it. That's the producer's cat right there. He's mixed race, black and white. Mixed race cat. You know, I want a black cat, but I want a white cat because I live in a white. No. So look, let's move on. Our last guest is a young man. I actually saw this young man on No Joke, and I hollered at him, and got to find out he's an East London boy. Yeah, okay. He dresses very dapper on the old telly. Yeah, so without any further ado, let's welcome Mr. Jay Blades, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Jay Blades. Jay Blaze, right? That was Jay. This is called the Benjamin Button show, ladies and gentlemen. We like to start them old and bring them back young. Yeah, that's what we used to like to do. You know what I mean? So like, you're right, Jay. What's going on?
I'm very good. How you guys doing?
I'm all right. Look at you, looking like Cat Burglar.
I tell you what, I'm going on a mission later on. That's why I'm dressed up like this. So hurry it up. I've got a few things to do.
You look like the brothers, the Cadbury's man, the
Milk tray.
Milk tray man. Milk tray man.
Milk tray.
Right, sorry, you can pick it up. It's live. I don't mind. Pick it up, man. This ain't ITV. You know, just pick it up. There's no runners coming inside here. Pick it up. I'm sorry, Sean. Do that shit yourself. So look, welcome to the show, Jay. I really, really appreciate you taking your time out and coming on the show. You're an East London boy, and you've had you grew up in Hackney, yeah, which I'm sorry, you're very, very proud of. So,
Yeah.
what was it like? What was it like growing up in Hackney?
I'll tell you the honest truth, it was a nice thing growing up in Hackney. Obviously, Hackney in the 70s and the 80s ain't Hackney how it is now. And Hackney's kind of gentrified now, but basically it was nice. I had a brilliant time. So bricking, black brick, look at you with the council. That's me and my little brother on the council estate. Oh, wow, the flares stepping out, mate. I'm telling you. Stop with the... Real talk. Hey, Quincy, stop with the pictures. What are you doing? I used to have hair back. And I used to have a lot of hair. But that was a nice time growing up in Hackney. Apart from when I went to secondary school, in Highbury, and it was slightly different. It was the first time I actually experienced racism, to tell you the truth. I never knew certain names existed in our society. And then when I brought those names back to my community, they said to me, what are you talking about? That you're being racist to me. But yeah, we sorted it out quickly. Yeah, it was an interesting time going to school in Highbury.
Now, talking of school, you know, you've made it very public that you've got dyslexia, and in those days there was little known about dyslexia, really. So were you just classified as an unruly kid back then?
I was classified, well, by most of my teachers, I was classified as dumb, plain and simple. I remember meeting my careers teacher, and you know, you go up to your careers teacher and they tell you, all right, what do you want to be? You follow this path and all that kind of stuff. The careers teacher turned around and saw me and he was just like, Blades, forget it, you're going to be nothing. Next, and that was it. That was my career lesson. So when I went to university at 29, 30, I got tested for dyslexia because my reading ability was rubbish. And then what they found out is that I've got the reading ability of an 11-year-old. So I stopped learning when I went to secondary school, and that would equal all the defending I had to do in there. And I don't read scripts, I don't read emails. Most people that know me would send me a voicemail and then I will get back to you. But me reading something, if it's got more than two lines in there, forget it, mate. It's not happening. I'm not reading it.
I heard that, yeah, I found that early on when I was doing rehearsals. But anyway, we live and we learn. So, look, you obviously, the upbringing you had and you finding out about the dyslexia, and you went to uni and you studied criminology.
Yeah.
And is it psychology?
Philosophy.
Philosophy, that's right, philosophy. So what made you make that change?
What made that change was, it was just a desire to do something completely different. I wanted to challenge myself, and I realised I didn't know what uni was all about. And me, I'm kind of one of those type of guys that I would jump in with both feet and then find out how to do it after. And I do that a lot with my kind of career and just stumbling into things. So when I rang up the university, I asked them, oh, what can I do? And they said, well, what are you interested in? And I said, well, I'm from Hackney, I know a bit about crime, and I love fashion. And they said, if you wanted, and textiles is all about fashion, and then criminology was all about why people do crime. And that really turned me on. I was like, all right, I want to hear what this is.
What did you say?
Sorry, go on.
What did you say? White people?
One of my... Sorry.
What did you say? White people do crime. Oh, white people do crime. Oh, my bad. I was like, right. My man wants to lose his show already. Go on, Chase. Go on, Chase.
Why people? Why? I thought you were from East End. They know that. Why? Hey?
Why?
Behave yourself.
Why?
But basically, I studied criminology, but the first lecture I had was this professor, and me and him got off on a really bad foot because I'm sitting in this lecture, everybody's scribbling, all these young ones, they're all scribbling down, because I went to uni when I was about 30 years old. And they're scribbling down what this geezer's talking about. And I ain't got a Danny LaRue what he's talking about. I can't understand anything. So then I put my hand up and I said to him, excuse me, mate, like, can you dumb it down a bit? Because we're in our first year, we're freshers and all that. Like, give us a break. And he looked at me and he just carried on. And I put my hand up again. I said, listen, you've got the teaching ability of a peanut. You need to break it down. And me and this geezer just didn't get on for the rest of the time that we was there. It was quite funny, actually. But I had to suss really quickly what uni was all about. You read the books, you regurgitate what these people are telling you.
Do you know what, Jay? You have got to be saluted, because despite all the challenges that you had, obviously growing up in an underprivileged area, your dyslexia and everything, you got your degree. But we know you from the Great Repair Shop, which I have to say I am a super fan. Now, from your degree to furniture restoration, I mean, was that always a passion of yours?
No, my passion, when I really found my passion, was about community work, so giving back. I've done a lot of work in the community, supporting young people, and then showing them there's a different way. But funding started drying up, and what I then had to do was continue working with those young people, but I needed to create my own revenue. So I decided to restore and revamp old furniture and teach young people at the same time. But I knew nothing about it. Once again, I jumped in at the deep end. I went to the community and I asked all of the older members, is there anybody that can teach myself and the young people how to restore and revamp old furniture? And I was inundated with retirees. The oldest teacher we had was a 92-year-old who was an ex-policeman. And he taught us how to do caning of a chair and rushing and all that stuff. And that's where it kind of came from. I'm still learning, to tell you the honest truth.
Apparently, going on your website, like, they're, you know, still learning. You're charging a good old price for some of it. We had a look at the website, didn't we? We were like, let's get a piece.
Clearly, the website is directed at the people who live in Hackney now.
But do you know what? It looks like...
I was saying to someone the other day that my prices are more expensive than John Lewis. I'm a little old boy from Hackney, go-to, 6 foot, dyslexic, and my stuff is more expensive than John Lewis. It's a bit mental when you think about it.
It's quality stuff. It's worth every penny. It's worth every penny.
Love it. And love the story of you actually, you know, showing young people, giving them a skill, really. So really giving back and giving them a skill. I think, you know, you have said that, you know, giving back to the community and helping the disengaged and disadvantaged young people is kind of like an extension of what you do with your furniture work. So you see the beauty in everything. Everything is repairable. Everything is fixable. And I think that's wonderful. Tell us about, you know, working on the repair shop. I mean, how did you get into that and how did that actually happen?
Well, it was through the charity I set up where I was teaching young people how to revamp and restore old furniture. They came along and done a little short video of me. I think it was the Guardian newspaper, and that went viral. Then loads of people started contacting me about getting into TV. And the repair shop came after I was doing a show called Money for Nothing, which is all about recycling. And basically, the repair shop, they had an idea that they was going to have me as the host, but I never knew this at the beginning. And they don't give us a script. It's all just, there's someone coming in, they're bringing an item in, and you've got a team of people that's going to repair it, talk to them about it. And I'm a little bit of a nosy bugger, so I ask loads of questions as well. So I fit perfectly in the role.
Like, you're very passionate about the area you're from and helping disadvantaged children from all kind of backgrounds. And I want to know that, is that something which you say that you would continue passing down to your children and your family, and you know what I mean, and especially with the current situation with our young black men as well, you know what I mean, how important is it? Because for me, the fact that you came in there and you said Danny LaRue, right? Danny LaRue, right? Which is, you know what Danny LaRue is?
Well, it's a bit of rhyming slang,
yeah, for Clue.
I haven't got a clue.
Because I would have said
Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo. I ain't got Scooby-Doo. For me, it's just so refreshing to see somebody like from working class background and a young black man on prime time TV, and it's just like people. Is that important for you, for young black boys to see that, or young black men?
Big Big time important. When I was growing up in the 70s, you keep calling me a young man. I'm 51 years old. On Sunday, I'm 51.
Yeah,
I'm not young anymore.
You're still young, man. Yeah,
It's the
yeah.
cocoa. Doing it, man. Look at this. Work.
Jay,
Work.
as the only lady on the panel, I can honestly say you're looking good.
There you go. There you go.
Thank you.
If I was, I would.
But we do have a few comments. People have said, Jay, love your story. It's so inspiring. And thank you for sharing your journey, the fact that you're teaching young people your skills. So, you know, once again, we salute you. Debbie Ambrose said, Jay, you're a champ. Can anything good come out of Hackney? Hell yeah.
Yeah, you can. JD Sports. So what's the future for you, Jay?
I'll tell you what, the future's a bit mental. Already this year, I've got about 5 shows lined up that I'm filming. The Repair Shop, obviously, the BBC have just recommissioned that for the next 3 years. There's a couple of shows that I'll make sure, Quincy, you'll get the press release when it goes out. There's one going to be released in a couple of weeks, I think. Really good show that I'm involved in. But yeah, the future is really good because one of the things I'm trying to do is influence people I'm never going to meet. So I'm going to hopefully leave a path for people like me from Hackney to basically, or from poor areas, let's say in general, that you can get into this world. Because when I was growing up in the 70s and 80s, when I watched the TV, it was basically Love Thy Neighbour, it was Ain't Half Hot Mum, Mind Your Language, all those kind of shows that showed us in a particular light that was like, hold on a minute, I swear we're a bit better than that. So when I've been fortunate enough to get on the Repair Shop and do what I'm doing there, I understand that my position is quite unique because I'm not necessarily following a stereotypical role in that way. And it's been welcomed by, I think the Repair Shop's getting up to about 7 million people watching it. So it's quite a nice thing to be someone like myself at the forefront of that. And now, I was saying to someone yesterday, instead of old ladies crossing the road and holding onto their handbags when they see me walking down the street, now they're crossing to get a selfie from me and get an autograph. It's a bit mental. It's a bit like, oh.
Or they're crossing to ask you to repair their bag.
So listen, Jay, like, if that is, you know, the case, we'd love to have you in the studio, right? Because,
come in the studio,
you know, come in the studio. We know you're busy, but we'd like to see you live and direct and, you know.
See, Quincy didn't invite me. You invited me, and I'm going to be there. See, Quincy, what's wrong with you? You let the lady do your thing. What's happening?
Well, do you know, it sounds better coming from a young lady than myself. I would have invited you, but we're trying to get that BBC money. Yeah, I can't have too much black people on there's 3 of us right there before you. No, Jack.
I think the table leg needs fixing as well, right?
Yeah, he's fixing. No, but look, Jay, it's an honour, and as I said, this is just like a beginning of a journey of the relationship. And I mean, you said that the Repair Shop's got like, was it 7 million? You said
7 million, yeah, 7 million. And it's crazy, and it's all over the world as well.
Yeah. That's only a couple of million more than us.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't worry, we can combine numbers. When he comes in the studio, we'll combine numbers. It'll be 14.
Yeah,
combine them up.
Yeah, no. But look, I appreciate you taking your time out, Jay. And like I said, I wish you all the success. People, please support and watch the Repair Shop. I mean, I've watched the one in the morning with you and Dom, where you're basically very competitive. I watched that from early out. I don't watch Sky Sports no more. Yeah. I watch your team.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. That's kind of you. Thank you very much.
All right, well done. And like I said, we will talk very, very soon. Give it up for Jay Blaze, man. Respect him. Is that right, isn't it?
Yeah.
Fair shot, man. It's so nice to talk to brothers doing different things. And I mean, this is why, I mean, to invite you coming down here, someone we've known, we've grown up with, and is singing. I mean, you're going to stick around, you're going to be singing your song. Yes. Yeah. So you go and repair. Thank you. Repair yourself and sort yourself out. Thank you. You see what I've done there? Repair, sort yourself out. So as Sean sets himself up and prepares for the last song, any kind of more? Any more comments? Any more comments about the show?
Let's take
a look. To like and share.
Yeah. Jeanette says, great show, fab guests. Little trip down memory lane. Love the Repair Shop. Great show, have to agree. Okay. This is amazing, says Debbie Rose. And Candice says, Quincy is hilarious. So there you go, Quince. You got a little comment.
Well, you're funny as well. And you know what? I'm loving your outfit, by the way.
Thank you. Actually,
who made it?
It's. I have to give her a shout out. She came to my rescue yesterday. Chantel of Mamau Fashion. So check her out at mamau.com. big up Chantel. She's my girl, she's my home girl, but she's also very talented and she knows how to dress a lady in style. So thank you, Chantel.
Right, and Alex hook me up with a shirt.
She could do that, actually.
A shot. So look, we're supposed to be making cocktails.
A bit of rum
last
cocktails.
week, yeah, rum cocktails last week, but
what happened?
unfortunately we couldn't get to do it.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? So hopefully next week, we can get to do it. So all I'm asking for the listeners out there, if you want to get involved, if you want a rum kit of your own, that's the rum, rum cocktail kit.
Yeah.
That's the tongue. A rum cocktail kit of your own, please. Just message us in the Facebook or the YouTube, and we would deliver your own rum cocktail kit.
That's right.
In your yard. If you live in a flat, that's your business. All right. And also, most importantly, they've got to tell us why. Don't just type in and say, yeah, hold me one. Oh, you've got to tell us the reason why you want your own one to you. All right?
And I think the best kind of reason why will receive that rum cocktail kit in the post.
All right. So look, we're going to say our byes to a few people.
We are. We're going to say our byes. Listen, thank you very, very much for watching, guys. We're going to say our goodbyes to you because it's been a pleasure having you join us tonight. So thank you very much to all our guests, Nina Benjamin, woo, Jay Blade, woo, 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 and of course the man of the moment who's in the studio with us now, Sean Escoffrey.
So without any further ado, playing this out with now the new name, Sean Escoffrey.
Sorry, we forgot Clementina Elba.
Oh, yeah, confident. Clementina, I apologise. Big respect to you. Fantastic poem. Playing us out, Sean Escoffrey, and now named the Extra Timers. Give it up for Sean Escoffrey and the Extra Timers, ladies and gentlemen.
With these eyes I see strength and fragility. With these eyes I'm blind. Whenever I close my mind, with these eyes I'm free to make my reality. With these eyes I see wonder and mystery. With these eyes I can see the beauty in your soul. With these eyes I can see the secrets never told. With these eyes I have watched my troubles disappear. With these eyes I can see that there is good, but only when I look in your eyes. Yeah. With these eyes I'm bound to witness the world go round. With these eyes I cry to think that we've come this far. Oh, with these eyes I see all of the love for me, yeah. With these eyes I see wonder and mystery. With these eyes I can see the beauty in your soul. With these eyes I can see the secrets never told. With these eyes I have watched my troubles disappear. With these eyes I can see that there is good, but only when I look in your